again.
Yes, nice to meet you too. And welcome to the viewers as well. Welcome back to the hidden ascendant. Sorry, the hidden ascendant. And what do we have planned on the agenda today, Karthik?
Why don't we try to come up? Let's play a game.
That's
Do you
fine.
want to play a game?
Sure.
So let's try to come up with the best chart that we could probably.
The best chart. So
Yeah,
the strongest possible chart that we can build. Is that it?
if that can exist. But let's give it a shot and see.
Okay, sure, sure. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let's remove the lordship from the charts.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
So in the previous video we did go through the planets and the lordships and how they belong to houses.
yeah.
So I'm going to, yeah.
So we have
Do
the
you want to
signs.
take a shot at it, or
Sure.
how do you
Okay.
want to? Yeah.
So let me see. There's a lot of factors to consider. So first, we need to choose our first house. Um, I will try to choose. So I'll share my thoughts while processing for my best chart. Um, for example, Leo and Cancer, they have Mars as yoga kargas, so I can try to use that to my advantage. And Aquarius and Capricorn have Venus as yoga kargas. Um, and so that could be a very nice starting point, I feel. Let's see. So let's say I pick.
I
Okay.
have a question
Yes. Go ahead.
before you start that.
Yeah.
Who does this chart belong to that you're trying to create? What kind of a person? What are the
Oh,
like merits or
I'm trying. Um, that's a very good question. Actually, I should be asking that question to create the chart. Um, so if a person, so I'm trying to create the strongest person alive. Okay. So basically, like Lord Drama, for example.
hmm,
But to do that, most houses or most aspects of the chart have to be strong, especially, for example, the 10th house, which represents your career, which means your duty. If that's strong, then overall in your life, you will be able to accomplish what you want to do. But most importantly, your lagna, which represents you, if it's weakened, then it's tough to accomplish your desires. Um, so, yeah, I would aim for those 10th house and lagna. Um, there's also the 11th house, which represent gains and realization of your dreams. If those are strong, then you should have a very strong chart. So this is what I'm aiming for. Uh, so yeah, let's go in that direction. Let me randomly pick Leo Ascendant. Okay, let's go from there. So I know
okay.
that, and I know for some viewers, Yoga Karaka is not a concept that we introduced yet, but basically that planet um, is supposed to give luck and prosperity because it's owning certain lordships, which we might cover soon or maybe in another podcast. But here, Mars, if you see from the Leo ascendant, Mars is the fourth house, and the ninth house because Mars is ruling Scorpio and Aries. So if I place Mars, um, let's see. If I place Mars, okay, we'll place Mars in Aries.
Okay.
This way, the fourth and ninth lord will be in ninth house, which means the native will be very fortunate, right?
Hmm.
Um, and Mars is also aspecting the third house, which is of courage and yeah, courage. Yeah. Now, Lagna Lord, which is the lordship of the ascendant, who is Sun for Leo, I will place him in Gemini, which will give the highest Shadbala. Sun gets the highest Shadbala, which means strength, in the 10th house and 11th house. If I place Lagna Lord in the 11th house, it will create a certainty that the native will realize all their dreams and goals in life.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Why aren't you exalting the sun?
Yeah, I could, but I was scared that the native will become too
Opposite.
aggressive. The
Okay.
combination of
Okay.
Sun and Mars, but we could do that. Sun will be exalted, and that'll be even better, actually. Um, but let me see. But I have a better combination. If I
Hmm.
put Mercury in Leo, so if I put Mercury in Leo, I'm creating a powerful parivartana between Lagna Lord and 11th Lord, which means the
Hmm.
realization of dreams will be even more stronger. Um, and Mercury is the second Lord and 11th Lord in Lagna, means that even wealth wise, he will be dominant in life. And because of the parivartana between Lagna Lord and 11th Lord, um, this native is practically invincible, especially with the Yoga Karga Mars in the ninth. Um, Ninth house generally means luck and fortune. Having the Yoga Karga in his own house, placed in the ninth, ensures prosperity, right? So
Right.
far, I really like the development of this chart. In your list of the remaining planets, you have Mars again. I think we should remove Mars, right? Because we already placed it.
Uh, no,
Uh,
that's my. I think that's my like
ah,
base list,
okay, okay, no problem.
so that I don't have to like rearrange this again.
Sure.
But yeah, you're right.
Uh,
Instead of copying them down.
okay, so let me see now. The next planet that I want to place would be Venus. Let's place Venus in the 10th house. So, having Venus in the 10th house in Taurus would mean Venus would be in own house, and this will ensure that, and this is creating, because Venus is in a quadrant from the ascendant, and we will also get the chance of covering what quadrant houses are, but basically the fourth house, seventh house, 10th house, and the first house are quadrant houses. So because Venus is in the own house in a quadrant, which is the 10th house, it creates a powerful Malavya yoga, which is supposed to create extreme wealth, extreme luxury, a luxurious life, and especially because Venus is in the 10th house, it will ensure that the carrier is extremely powerful and probably related to luxurious stuff. Um, so yeah, we placed Venus very well. Now Saturn. Um, if I place Saturn, in Libra, if I place Saturn in Libra, oh, by the way, Venus and Mercury, I don't know if they can be this far apart though, but let's assume that the planets can be in any houses, because usually Sun, Venus, and Mercury are very close to each other. But we can see that Sun and Mercury are just spaced out by one house, so this is technically plausible, right? But they can be too far apart. Saturn, yeah, in Libra, so Saturn will be exalted. So Saturn is the 6th lord and 7th lord, exalted in the 3rd. And it's in mutual aspect with Mars, the Yoga Karaka. So this will create a very powerful person. He'll be a bit aggressive, he or she. But having the 7th exalted means they will be most likely leaders in the society. They will know how to interact with people. So, and because Saturn is in the 3rd house, they will most likely be very strong with their hands. They're basically, they can become creators, innovators. So this is excellent in that sense. Now let's see. Now we have Moon. Moon is the 12th lord, so I would love to minimize the negative effects of the 12th lordship. Let's place Moon in its own house, in Cancer. So this way we safely minimized the effects. Moon being in its own house will strengthen Moon, and it's also receiving aspects from Mars, the Yoga Karaka, and exalted Saturn. But this is also creating some negative effects on Moon. So I'm questioning whether I should put it there. Let's put Moon in Taurus. Let's move to Moon to Taurus. This way Moon will be exalted with Venus.
Okay.
This way it will create more luxuries. And the 10th house will be even more stronger, so their carrier can be very strong. They can be in how do I put this? And let's say like real estate business, for example, they can do very well. They can be very wealthy. As soon as Moon and Venus are combined, it creates more luxury. So this is a very good combination.
But wouldn't that cause like too many career breaks?
Yeah, that is also possible. But you also need the 8th lord influencing a bit. But yeah, because the 12th lord is in the 10th with the 10th lord, they can go in foreign countries as well, or foreign exchanges as well. But like you said, there is also possibilities of carrier changes, but they will still be very happy because their 10th lord is extremely strong, right? So they should be satisfied with the changes. They could be frequently traveling as well, because Venus is also the 3rd lord, and the 9th lord is in the 9th. So yeah, traveling prospects are also there. Now I have Jupiter left. Let me see. Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter in the fifth looks awesome. It's the Mula Trikona sign. No, it's yeah, in the fifth would be in Sagittarius. So Jupiter would be in mutual aspect with Sun, and it would be also aspecting the Lagna, which is excellent. So Jupiter is, yeah, you can place it in Sagittarius.
Okay.
So Jupiter would be, Jupiter's aspect is always great. It's supposed to heal Jupiter. So its aspect on Lagna Lord, and Lagna makes the Lagna extremely powerful. And Jupiter is in Mula Trikona sign, in own sign. So Jupiter is extremely well placed. Um, so, and Jupiter is also aspecting Mars, who's the Yoga guy in the ninth house. So it's extremely powerful, this combination.
Reducing the negative effects of Mars,
Yeah, exactly.
if at all it exists here.
Reducing the negatives of of Mars. Um, what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it for Jupiter. Now we still have, I think, Rahu and Ketu, right? The axis of Rahu
Yep.
and Ketu. All right, so Rahu. Hmm.
Hmm.
Now this is interesting. I should have started with Rahu Ketu.
Yeah, I was about to say that because
Made a
if
mistake.
the Rahu Ketu axis, if all the planets fall within that range,
Yeah,
it could cause Kala Sarpa Yoga.
yeah. But you know what? Um, I've always felt that if you don't conjoin Rahu and Ketu with any planets, it's always best instead of having
Hmm.
planets with them. And
Hmm.
Rahu and Ketu are always strongest in Ubajaya houses. So if we place Rahu in the sixth in Capricorn
Hmm.
and have Ketu in Cancer, and Ketu is extremely comfortable in the 12th house. This way,
Hmm.
we're minimizing the negative effects, and we're not conjoining Rahu and Ketu axis with any other planets. So I feel we're safe here. Um, but yeah, overall, what do you think of this chart? How would you evaluate this?
Looks good. Looks good to me.
Looks good.
If it were me, I would have exchanged Rahu Ketu places
Oh, you would
because
place.
Ketu in the sixth,
Yeah.
uh, according to Dr. B.V. Raman,
Yeah.
right, in his books,
Hmm.
is Ketu in sixth is its best position in the chart.
Oh, Ketu in the
But
sixth.
also that may that's a general narrative.
Hmm.
But if you're going to go by also the Parashara's view, Rishi Parashara's view on where Ketu gets exalted and debilitated,
Yeah.
which is a sort of a topic of discussion or debate amongst astrologers,
Yes.
then that would matter too.
Hmm.
But otherwise, generally speaking, Ketu in the sixth is better than Ketu in 12th, unless somebody is looking for some deeper emancipation sort of life,
Yeah.
where one may, towards the end of life, start giving up their wealth. That's a possibility.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Um, yeah. Because either, like, if I go with my experience,
Hmm.
Ketu in sixth or 12th, it's gonna create problems. Like, Ketu in the sixth could create health issues.
Hmm. Hmm.
And Ketu in the 12th, it will, like you said, it will create the path towards emancipation, but it will make the life, usually the natives with Ketu in 12th have a hard time in life, usually,
Hmm.
especially in the beginnings of their life. There will be a lot of obstacles or a lot of hardship to go through, but it's supposed to help them grow spiritually, right?
Hmm.
um, so if we're avoiding negative effects, yeah, uh, either or. I think it's tough to contain the negativity.
Yeah,
In this
there
case,
has to be something a little bit at least.
yes. All right. Um, what else? So far, so you think this chart is the most powerfulest chart there could ever be?
I I don't know.
Maybe you can do
It
better.
looks
Maybe you.
good to me.
It looks good. Yeah, yeah.
But is there like the most powerful person in the world? I don't think there is, but there could be a really powerful person.
I think
But the
Lord
most
Rama's.
powerful.
Have you seen Lord Rama's chart? I think it's probably the most powerfulest chart there is. Because there's a lot of planets
Hmm,
exalted, and yeah, most planets are exalted and well placed. Most of them. Uh,
right.
but yeah, even if we're able to build the strongest chart, you can easily find weaknesses. So
Right.
yeah. But now it's your turn. Let's see if you can build the. Let's see if you can beat my chart. So this
Okay.
chart that I built, it's for my next life.
It's your goal to like achieve the karmas to like be born with this combination.
Yeah. That's why I was
Right.
carefully putting the planets.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
your turn. You can scrap off. You can remove the planets and then.
Yeah. Sure. Why don't you give me a challenge? Like,
Yeah.
instead of, why don't you ask me to build the chart of, sort of a specific person who might have a specific kind of a life?
Okay. Sure.
By that, I'm not talking about Superman.
Yeah. Yeah. I see where you're heading. Okay. Let's try. Okay. This is random.
Huh.
Mm, let's say a head police officer. How would
Oh,
his
okay.
chart look like?
What's his level though?
Uh,
What's his age and level?
no, but why would the age matter? Because he has to be born at some point, and then.
It would probably matter because it depends on how successful he is
Mm-hmm.
and at what age. Did he achieve success at an early age or did it take him a while? All that
Mm.
matters, right? So
Oh, right,
the
right, right.
age could probably, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say he's 50 or she's
Hmm.
50.
Hmm.
Um, and he or she has reached the highest ranks of the police. I don't know the different ranks that exist, but like close to the captain level. So they're basically
Hmm.
leading the troops and
Okay.
officers. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what's and describe his personality a little bit. Is
Mm,
he like a because a police officer could be a strict, uh, an aggressive police officer,
yeah.
or that person could actually have a gentle personality, but they're just strict with their job.
Sure. Okay. So let's say they're strict at their job,
Hmm.
um, but when they deal with people, they're very kind.
Hmm.
Um, they're very kind. Their leadership is very kind, but they always get things done their way. You know, they
Okay.
his team is always willing to do more for him because he knows or she knows how to lead.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to choose Libra as the ascendant because Libra, as a sign, represents justice,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And also, it also goes in tone with the other thing you said, that that person is very kind.
Mm-hmm.
So Libra ascendants usually, unless countered by other planets, are usually very mellow, kind, and they're not very aggressive. In which is not the case with Leo, which is like a very rajasic sort of a sign,
Yeah.
a very kingly type of a sign, versus Libra, which is more of a you know a guru figure sort of a sign.
Right.
So um, I'm going to go with Libra,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Lagnadipati is Venus, right? The ascendant Lord is Venus. So I'm not going to place Venus here, but let's see. This is a bit of a nice challenge. So,
So
sixth
this.
house, eighth house, and 12th house matters
Mm-hmm.
for a police officer,
Right.
especially in terms of career,
Yeah.
because sixth house represents um, courts,
Yeah.
or anything that has to do with law.
Yeah.
It represents the law.
It
And
is.
12th house represents prisons. And in case of courts, if it was a lawyer's chart too, it would represent like imprisonment and prison and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put the sixth lord in sixth for now. I mean, just to get an idea on how to replace the planets.
Sure.
Hmm, Venus is here, and the sixth lord for this chart is Jupiter. Wow,
Hmm.
Jupiter being the sixth lord. I don't know if I'm trying to accidentally create a lawyer's chart instead of a policeman's chart.
Ah.
Third lord is Mercury. See, this is going in the direction of a lawyer's chart because Mercury, in law
Mm-hmm.
versus a cop, for a lawyer, their communication matters the most,
Yep.
while law also matters. But for a policeman, it's like exercising duty, right?
Yeah.
So he needs to be, or she needs to be, a little harsh sometimes, unfortunately.
Right.
While when it comes to a lawyer, it is more about how they can argue and put their points across in the court, and how
Yes.
they like document stuff in terms of how they write and read and
Right.
speak.
Right.
I mean, I'm not suggesting that a policeman doesn't need to do that, but he doesn't have to stand and argue.
Yep.
He needs to like maintain a decorum in his speech, definitely,
Mm-hmm.
or she needs to do that. But it's not like they need to go and argue in the court or come up with a proper way of putting things across to the judge,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
on behalf of someone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, Venus. I don't know if this is going to become a law's chart. Venus is also the eighth lord. Okay, Sun is the 11th lord. I'm going to exalt, I'm going to put Sun in Aries, the
Sun.
11th lord.
11th Lord exalted in the 7th. You're definitely
Yeah,
creating
and
a
this,
lawyer. Okay.
yeah, let's see that. Um, this is interesting to me because Aries is a fiery sign,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And Sun gets exalted there. So
Yeah.
a lot of assertiveness and authority, and Sun represents the government, and policemen are authorized by the government of the country. Um, so, uh, interestingly, while we discuss this, I just want to put few insights across.
Yeah.
Some people say, "How do you say Sun is the government?" And the government or democracy per se was formulated in the recent times, especially in India. So during the times of the Rishi, a government didn't exist, like
Yeah.
sort of a very blunt thing. But that's how can you say a government didn't exist in the times of the Rishi? Because even today, when in those countries where the country's monarch ruled by a king or a queen,
Yeah.
they still have a government.
Yeah. Exactly.
And yeah, it's just that the rulership, the style of rulership is either by the king
Yeah.
or it's democracy, or the king is chosen by the people, therefore called as the prime minister or the president of a country.
Right.
While if it's the king that comes from, sort of a bloodline, then they would have a separate prime minister for the country or a president for whatever it is.
Yeah.
But they do have a government. England has a government, right? And it's ruled by the queen.
Yes.
And Saudi would have a government and it's ruled by a king.
Yeah.
So how could we really say that a government didn't exist or a government job couldn't have existed in the times of a Rishi or in the times of the time when India was ruled by the kings?
Yeah.
It would definitely have a minister called Mantri, and it would definitely have a government and a finance department of their own. Uh, with that kind of clothing and that kind of offices back then,
Yeah.
not the typical offices we have now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, coming
Peace.
back to the sun,
Yep.
Aries is the sun is in Aries, exalted. And you have given quite a bit of a challenge.
But Mars is
Okay,
the key
let's go.
planet, so
Yeah, it is. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's take Jupiter, the sixth lord of courts and justice, coming to Virgo.
you're putting Jupiter in
Let's,
Virgo.
but Mercury in Pisces would debilitate Mercury.
Yeah, exactly.
But should Mercury be debilitated? Because I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just discussing this.
Yep.
Mercury debilitated in the sixth
Yep.
could result in not a very great spokesperson, right?
Yeah.
As Mercury is the lord of communication,
Yep.
and so oftentimes like cops need to be a little not very refined in their language with certain people, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes.
But we're talking
I'm,
higher
I'm not
ranks.
suggesting that. I apologize if I, uh, yeah. But yeah, it it could help at times.
Sure.
And 12th Lord in the sixth.
But you're
Hmm,
debilitating the 12th Lord.
hmm.
So you want him or she to go to prison. I'm kidding, but
Or she could, or he could. They would definitely go to the court representing the prison, right? Like a
yeah.
jailer, for example, would
Yeah.
be called to the courts for evidence and
It's like
the
an
findings.
inconvenience. They must be there.
Yeah, but Mars is this is quite a bit of a challenge, right? So
Yeah. But I would,
it's
can I jump in just for Mars? Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
I would place it in
yeah,
Aries. Aries is
yeah,
really the sign for police, army, battles. The
yeah,
fighting spirit is really in Aries, more than any other sign. So
mm,
Mars
yeah,
has to be there, you know? There's a
yeah,
higher chance that policemen have a strong Mars or a Mars in Aries or their ascendant is Aries or any aspect of A strong aspect of Aries should be present, I feel.
Hmm. Law and order,
You're building
Pisces.
a
I'm going to
lawyer.
exalt Lagna Lord exalted in the sixth house.
Wow, okay.
How about that?
Yeah, that is probably why the person is in higher ranks in the
Yeah,
government, in the police force.
yeah.
Yeah,
When it comes to law and order, and
yeah.
oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put my original sun back here as well, so that I. Yeah. Okay.
This is interesting so far. So you have a very
Sixth Lord
strong
in the.
person. Like the Sun and Mars energy in Aries makes sense for a
Yeah.
cop, you know. Um,
Lord of communication, Mercury, Karaka for communication rather, with the 12th Lord, 11th, 10th, 9th. Okay, let's take the 10th Lord first,
okay,
Moon,
Moon.
and a policeman needs to be a little, the person cannot be emotional, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they have to carry their duty and need to be a little more. I mean, they need to be kind at where it's required, but too much emotions involved is not that great for a policeman because of what they need to see sometimes.
but that's
Okay,
why. Yeah, okay. I thought you were gonna put it in Cancer. I wouldn't put it in Cancer in this case.
yeah, I
Uh,
would put it in Taurus.
and Taurus. Yeah, that's a good choice because Taurus is also eighth house. So 10th Lord and 8th again supports government related jobs.
Yeah,
Um, but this can also create some breakage from work, but that's fine. There's also
yeah,
Moon in Leo. That's also interesting because Sun is exalted. It would make um, it would put them in higher ranks easily because Moon is extremely well placed in the 11th house and the Lord of Levant is exalted, right? So that's also an option.
mm.
But yeah, this is a very good option as well.
What if I put Mars in Leo? There's a good
We
parivartana.
oh yes, ooh, seventh and 11th, which means you're building a lawyer because they will win every interaction.
Ah, yeah. I don't know why I'm caught up with lawyers. Okay. I'm not satisfied with Moon being exalted or somehow in Leo as well.
You're not
I
okay.
want I want Moon to be a little cold hearted,
Then
little bit,
Aquarius
not
and
too much.
Capricorn are houses of Saturn. So
Hmm.
if you place Moon there, especially Capricorn, Capricorn
Hmm.
is a bit selfish, right? So, and they can be very strong and fierce headed with, they're very gentle with their family, but with exterior people, they can be selfish. So if you put Moon there, they will be extremely focused on their duty and they'll be ready for combat, you know? Like there's a strong presence of Capricorn and Aries, which kind of reflects a cop.
Shall I surprise you a bit
Yeah.
about this?
That's also interesting. I mean, yeah, why not? That's a
See, Moon is afflicted a little bit and is in on this is a typical birth of during the new moon, right?
yeah,
Sun and moon in the same house
yeah.
is sort of a
Amavasya,
amavasya
Amavasya,
sort
yeah,
of a birth.
yeah,
So this can lead to um, the emotions being driven by passion by the sun,
yeah.
and sort of assertive, aggressive nature where it needs to be implemented. But since the Lagna Lord is Libra, that's going to be balanced with the overall dharma or righteousness of the person.
Yeah. But this person
So
is
this
very
person
strong.
is not a law keeper from a more gentle, very what do you call lawyerly or a judge like nature,
Mm-hmm.
nor is he a law keeper or moral keeper like a guru,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're very like stubborn, a little bit emotionally a little cold,
Yeah.
but they're law keepers, but that is for the purpose of the generic overall dharma. And when you try to exercise law, right,
Yeah.
um, I do hear feedback. I mean, I've interacted with in my life whenever I've interacted with uh, policemen whom I know personally and get to talk to them about their career experiences and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They do say how things can be really hard from their perspective to keep law in place and to keep morals in place and the kind of the antisocial elements in the city they have to deal with,
Mm-hmm.
uh, while the antisocial elements use legal loopholes to drift apart from and go back and sort of uh, be antisocial
Mm.
in the open society.
Yeah.
It becomes incredibly hard for them to keep balance.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That makes
um,
sense. But yeah, the person you built here will likely be very demanding and aggressive, which makes sense. Uh, yeah. So far, you're
but
going
now
good.
the interesting part is this Saturn placement because Saturn is a typical policeman of the Devata world, the divine world.
Mm. Right.
Saturn by nature himself is emotionally very cold
Yep.
and strict and stubborn,
Yep.
but he's a law keeper, right?
Yep. Yep.
Shani Dev is a law keeper,
Yep.
and Saturn is the planet that is ruled by Shani Dev. So um, he's a karmadata, and he's supposed to give whether or not somebody likes it. He doesn't want to be easy. His duty is to give the bad or sometimes a lot of times the good effects of people irrespective of um and he goes easy on people only if they correct themselves rather than he never gets bribed by pujas. Saturn.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Saturn never. You can't be bribed.
He's a typical policeman who's very genuine and he's like one of those honest officers.
Yeah.
So I don't know where Ketu went in this list.
But
Let
that's why
me.
there's a reason why Saturn is exalted in Libra, because he believes in justice,
That's true.
while Sun does the exact opposite. Oh, you put it there? But
Yeah,
this is
and
extremely.
interestingly, Sun and Saturn in the scientific astronomy, like the modern astronomy that we study in school,
Yeah.
Saturn is the farthest from the Sun if you don't consider Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In the Jyotish planets, whomever we consider as celestial objects or planets,
Yeah.
amongst them, Saturn is the farthest
Oh,
from the
from
Sun
the Sun. Yeah.
and quite cold, I believe,
Yes.
even on a physical level, and gets lesser light probably comparatively.
But here,
So, sun
Saturn.
being
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, sun being far from Saturn could actually make sense because um, as the lord of fourth and fifth,
Yeah. Yoga Karaka.
Yoga Karaka, first thing, exalted in the
Ascendant.
um, ascendant, and the ascendant lord is exalted in Pisces,
Wow.
which makes that person very strong,
Yeah.
but at the same time very stubborn,
Yeah.
and also a very honest officer because Saturn is exalted in the sign of Libra or justice.
Yeah.
And um, also, the interesting part would be Sun and Saturn have very less conflict. Although they aspect each other, they have Saptama Drishti or the seventh aspect on each other, but it's not like they're conjoined, right? Which
Right.
causes a major conflict because they're major enemies with each other.
But you see,
Saturn does, yeah,
now I just wanted to mention that Moon and Ascendant are heavily influenced by Saturn, Mars, and Sun. So
yeah,
this person is gonna be extremely stubborn. Like they're not
yeah.
gonna take a no. You have to go
And
their way.
don't you feel that that's required with the kind of pressure a policeman would have
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially a
from
captain.
everyone?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
especially because they'll have to deal with higher pressures of the lower pressures of the public collectively, which is a lot of pressure, and then they'll have to deal with the government and the people in the government and higher officials, and there's a hierarchy in the police force, at least in India. So um, um, uh, it's very hierarchical based space,
Yeah.
and they'll also have to deal with the pressures mm, mm, of the leaders, and not everybody would be under, and from the lawyers
Yeah.
and from the criminals, and they'll have to deal with the criminals on a what it's like to deal with an actual convict, right?
Yeah.
It's not easy to like deal with somebody who could fall to an extent where they would do what they would do.
Yeah.
And while all these things happen, they'll also have to deal with the rest of them. So while they deal with so much pressure to keep their head balanced,
Yeah.
the person has to be extremely stubborn and strong,
Yeah.
mentally, physically.
Yeah. Exactly. So
And
Moon and Ascendant. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, no,
But
Jupiter.
they're.
I don't want Jupiter to ease out anything here
Eh,
because Jupiter usually brings down the effect of, or is going to be more of a
oh yeah, this is a good
teacher.
idea. So Jupiter's aspect on Mars and Sun will minimize their effect on Moon a little bit,
Hmm.
and they might be a bit kinder. Because I was asking for a kind person, remember?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
especially
yeah.
Jupiter
I felt that.
aspecting the seventh house means that they'll be
Hmm.
kind while interacting with others, right?
Do you want the kindness to be in words or gestures?
Uh, in words, because I don't think they can manage to be kind in their actions.
How about, I mean, they
They
can, if you
can.
look at it,
Sure, okay.
because honesty in their practice matters a lot, so that justice is given to those who are really deprived. And a policeman knows it's not about like the legal play of loopholes, but A policeman usually knows
Yeah.
out of experience.
Sure. Then action instead of words.
Let's let me like balance that out. How about that? I'm going to put
Oh, Jupiter exalted, creating a Hamsa yoga because it's in a quadrant.
yeah, and I want to like elaborate a little bit on this.
So you want a lawyer
Jupiter in
again?
the 10th house
Yeah.
also defines justice of the person and aspect second house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the speech is more mellow than what we initially created. So he speaks justice,
Yeah.
he speaks righteousness, and it is also um, more more mellow than what we had created initially.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lord Mars is in seventh and is sort of very close to the sun
Yeah.
and is in the house of um, house which is very fiery and rajasic,
Yeah. I
right?
agree. And
Passionate,
Jupiter
and this sort
aspecting.
of balances
Oh, sorry.
out the whole thing.
Jupiter aspecting Lagna Lord Venus also helps making the person kinder. So
Yeah, and the sixth house, right?
yeah, and the sixth
Aspects
house.
the sixth house as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
But Saturn, again, like, so this is sort of a balance of the person
Yeah.
where they can switch easily between being harsh and being gentle where it's required, and is not always stubborn, but
Right.
is stubborn where it's required. How about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Now,
That's
Rahu and
very
Ketu.
good.
Do we have like one, two, three, four, five,
There's also
six?
Gajikeshri yoga happening.
Yeah.
So that's also nice. So yeah. I'm not sure if you're
Okay.
creating a. I think you're creating a cop and a lawyer at the same time.
Or a cop who could,
Become a judge.
who would eventually, who would, who would have to visit the courts
Hmm.
um, quite often and give the statements,
This person has to be in
not just
Supreme Court, because
yeah, and because you said high position, right?
yeah,
In the so the topmost positions as a cop.
yeah, sure.
I'm not sure if this combination can ever exist in the physical realm, keeping in
Uh,
mind how the planets have to space out in
there.
actual astronomical observations from the Earth. But
This looks
nevertheless, we are
possible.
not worried about that
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, but this looks
Yeah.
possible to me. Uh, I don't see why not.
I'm thinking whether to put Rahu in the second house because at times, you need to use harsh language as a cop.
Yeah.
but, uh, but I don't want to do that with this cop because they're in a very position. So thought I'll put Rahu in the third,
Yeah.
which is a very good place for Rahu,
Yes.
Ketu in the ninth. So Upachaya houses 3, 6, 10, 11, right?
Yeah.
Are
Three,
the are
six.
good houses for Rahu.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Ketu gives deep insight
And
in
the
the ninth
ninth.
house. So they
Yeah.
have deep understanding
Yeah.
of what they do, which is very important for a cop to um, uphold justice,
Yeah.
right? In their practice. So
Right. So far, it's looking good. What's missing? I think we're missing Mercury. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. We're only
you're right.
missing Mercury.
I'm
So
going to
your ninth
install
and
Mercury.
12th Lord, you want to place it in Virgo. Exalted and Virgo.
12th Lord in the 12th house,
Right.
aspecting the Lagna Lord.
And the sixth. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, okay. Yeah. No, but it's
See, this is
impossible.
where he talks from. Okay, so for a corporate, okay,
Let me interrupt for
um,
a bit because in the physical world, Venus and Mercury cannot be both exalted.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah, but you said there's no
Yeah.
in the strongest chart. You never said that you need to follow.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we're trying to be gods, so God has to follow some restrictions.
yeah,
Yeah. So.
not God exactly, but like take permission, take the help of God to like
Yeah,
change the.
sure.
I don't know.
Okay, sure. You can
Oh,
leave it in Virgo. We'll make an exception. Hmm.
no, let me. I'm sort of not satisfied with that placement. If Mercury was in the 11th, if Mercury was in the 11th,
Mm-hmm.
12th Lord in the 11th, 9th Lord in the 11th, right?
Yeah. I think even this position is technically not possible, but let's assume that it is.
Hmm. Needs to be
Scorpio.
closer.
Yeah, so if you place it here. So the ninth and 12th Lord Mercury placed in the 5th.
Causes.
Causes. Um,
Ninth
usually.
Lord in the 5th is always good because
Yeah, yeah.
it's the Bhagya Lord again in the Bhagya
The
house,
Purva
fifth
Punya.
house.
Yeah,
Yeah, Purva Punya house.
yeah,
Yeah. So this person, if they are in a top position,
yeah.
that would make sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
And
also Saturn.
fifth house, Mercury in the fifth house defines that the higher education of the person is going to be really good. And to be in a top position, you would require the
Yeah,
relevant higher
education. Yeah,
education.
yeah,
And 12th Lord in the fifth, hmm, that's a challenge.
yeah, but it's okay. Your fifth lord is exalted, so Mercury is still well placed.
Hmm, yeah.
Fifth lord Saturn is exalted, so uh, overall the chart looks
Imagine
good.
if this is how imagine
Yeah,
like if we are actually if the cosmos or whatever we call the higher energy has to choose charts for us
yeah.
before sending us to this planet
On Earth,
to like heal the effects of our like so many years of
karma.
the other lifetimes of karmic both good and bad effects.
Yeah,
My God.
it's a long
So
process, huh?
the yeah, maybe for us, but it's easier for
Yeah, we didn't even consider all the different karmas that are possible. I just
yeah,
asked you to build a cop, and we took.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, but it's still very good.
This is going to, if we were to take the date and time of, if at all it exists, of this type of combination to exist in reality, this could translate to a lot of vargas and the complicated stuff, which could contradict in terms of the kind of person that we would otherwise want. So
Yeah,
Imagine the kind of uh, insight that the 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 cosmic energy or God or whomever we call that person to be
Yep.
or the force to be that needs to bring us to this world from a more spiritual narrative.
Yep.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
but yeah,
You're right. It's food for thought.
yeah,
I think for this podcast, we can wrap it up here. So basically,
sure.
we tried to build two charts from scratch, but we were trying to build natives that are the most powerfulest person there could be on Earth. I'm sure we could have pushed the barriers even further to get the most fullest person ever, but I think we got a bit humble. I don't know, especially on
Yeah.
my end. I think I only had one planet exalted. You have three planets exalted. Oh no, four planets exalted here. So,
But
so
I don't think my chart is. Do you? It couldn't be the most powerful person, but a very good chart
it's still a
for a
very
couple.
good chart because yeah, you have four planets
Probably.
exalted. Mars in own house. Um, there's a bit of affliction on Moon. I think that could hurt a bit because being stubborn, too stubborn, can also lead you in the wrong direction, right? So
Mm,
if your mind is too clouded on judgment and your own thoughts, it could lead you on the wrong path. And Moon is generally a kind of a weak planet, so you want it to be strong in your chart. I'm not saying it's weak here. It is
or a cop.
aggressive, right?
I think that. Um, but for a cop, wouldn't that wouldn't stubborn moon or that kind of a moon or the weakness of the moon
Yeah,
become the positive
yeah.
in their life when they're more emotionally dry and not driven too much and they are little cranky and
I'm just scared this could lead to a more extreme end of aggressivity. Sometimes. I'm
mm,
not saying all the times. And that
mm,
could be bad. So, like, to answer your question, is this the best chart? I think we can still work a bit on this. There's
yeah,
still room for improvement, but since I asked for cop and best chart, I think this is looking very good, in my opinion.
right.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope the viewers found this podcast and this game interesting, and we hope to see you again in the next podcast. And till then, stay tuned in the Hidden Ascendant. And yeah, thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Uh, Also, like, share, and subscribe to our
Yes,
channel for more content on Jyotish, Vedic astrology, and sometimes spirituality.
yes. We're trying our best to bring different topics, so definitely the next topic is going to be completely different. We're trying to make you guys more and more engaged with us, so let's see. Take care, guys, and we'll see you soon.